women, but the most important goddesses were black. Not just for the African now, in the civilization of the Greeks. The Greek was so profoundly affected by the Africans that the goddess of chastity was a black woman, Artemis. The goddess of wisdom was a black woman, Minerva. The goddess of beauty was a black woman, Diana. And many of their great mythological figures which were critical to the vision of history, the history of the Greeks in the Odyssey. The woman who draws, who has the power to draw Odysseus and all his crew into her, is Circe, who is represented as a black woman with African features on the Greek vases. The woman who helps Jason win the Golden Fleece is a black woman, Medea. The woman who marries Perseus, the Greek hero, is a
Peace, family. Yo, thank you for joining us. Right? And I'm thrilled to announce the fact that we are now releasing our first free e-course. Come and learn about Gianni's journey, see some of the stuff we do. Come and join the tribe. Tribe up with us and check out the free e-course. And we'll make sure that the URL pop up right about here. And it'll probably be somewhere in here. Check us out, family, because we are building. Come and learn about Gianni's journey, and let's build together.
Habaragani, Bombskin & Co. is the true definition of self-care, self-love, and repeat. We are what we create in this life. Bombskin & Co. chooses to create something innovative and unforgettable. Check out our website for more information.
Spirit Over Flesh LLC is a wellness-based business where we heal through words. I'm Tiandra. I'm the founding servant leader. It is a Black-owned, woman-owned business that was founded in Ohio, but that can serve the world. Through virtual sessions, either by phone or video conference, we have a conversation. We always start with a 15-minute consult where we just make sure that I learn a little bit about you, you learn some about me, and then we schedule some time to be intentional about your wellness journey. During the time, it's about education and empowerment. You are your own best doctor from within. So I'm literally someone who is just intentional in the space and drawing questions out of you to get you further on your wellness journey. Sessions are typically starting at $80, but if you mention Kwanzaa 2020, we're gonna go ahead and take 20% off. It's about getting you well so that we can be well, right? Kujichagulia and Ujima, collective responsibility. So grateful for the opportunity to support you in your wellness journey. If you're interested, go to my website, spiritoverfleshllc.com. There's a button that says Let's Connect. Fill out the form and I'll get right back to you. Again, that's spiritoverfleshllc.com. I look forward to supporting you in your wellness journey and healing through words.
Are you heading out of town or have a special occasion? What about birthdays, anniversaries, or reunions? Get the best deals and inexpensive rental car rates, mid-size sedans, compact cars, and more. We have a variety of fleet vehicles to accommodate any and all of your rental car needs. Make a reservation today at your local budget rental car on Hamilton Road in Whitehall. Call 614-863-7500.
Happy Kwanzaa. I'm Carla, and my sister Karen and I own Two Natural Sisters. We've been in business for 5 years, and we sell a line of natural bath, body, and candle products. Let's take a look. Follow us on social media, Facebook and Instagram, at Two Natural Sisters. All items that are in stock will be shipped within 24 to 48 hours. As a promotional item, we offer a CD of Black romantic poetry of self-love and coupled love, and 50% discount on Sister Locks, Brother Locks by consultant Sapphire Donetta Mahadi. If you have any questions, you can reach us at customercare@twonaturalsisters.com. Enjoy and happy Kwanzaa.
What's going on? My name is Doe. I am the owner and creator of Madeline Gin. Madeline Gin is best described as a celebratory art experience that exudes hella blackness. Initially, the company was founded to provide a luxurious but affordable art experience, and has since transformed itself into something a bit more spiritual. By walking in what I believe to be my truth, I've been able to get in contact with my ancestors and use my platform and my art, my gift, to tell their untold stories. I do that by using different textures, by utilizing different mediums, colors, and just making things pop out so that it's open for interpretation. I love creating, and I can't wait to be of service to you. Thank you.
I am a genius. My ancestors were geniuses. My ancestors have made me a genius in all that I think, say, and do. I must declare myself a genius. I am a genius. Whenever I am myself, I practice my geniusness and do great things. All my thoughts, choices, and deeds must express my geniusness.
I am a genius. My decisions must always be in the best interest of myself, my family, my people, and my God. Only then will I and everyone I know that I am a genius.
I am a genius. At all times, my geniusness must reflect my culture. My geniusness must serve my God. My geniusness must make me be one in love and harmony with my family. My geniusness must protect my people. Yes, at all times I must demonstrate excellence because I am a genius.
The Purpose Driven Society is a Black-owned, woman-owned business local to Columbus who creates accessories that have intentional messaging. Our specialty are buttons. Buttons can be worn anywhere, on a shirt, on a book bag, on a hat. The beautiful thing about buttons is that you can change them and switch it up depending on your mood or the day. For Election Day, we wore a very intentional button. On my book bag, my student's book bag, it says, "You are already intelligent, educate yourself." Buttons are empowering with the messages that we create. Again, we do them very intentionally. At the Purpose Driven Society, we're minding our Black-owned business and hope that you'll help mind ours too by doing business with us. Our buttons go for $3 for one, $5 for two, $7 for three. But if you mention Kwanzaa 2020, we're doing a special where you'll get an assortment of buttons for just $20, and we'll ship anywhere in the country. So again, that's the Purpose Driven Society. We can be reached at thepurposedrivensociety@outlook.com. Send us an email, and we will put together a very intentional bag of buttons for you and ship it straight to your home. Happy Kwanzaa. Thanks for doing business with us.
What is a lion without his pride? What is a whale without his pod? What is a monkey without his troop? What is a wolf without his pack? The answer is very simple. They are the same thing that a human being is without a tribe. Pray. Shots out. Here we go. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, breathe, breathe, then drink. Take a breath, take your breath. Now, water line. Grab your glass for some water. Grab your glass. Lift your pitcher of that water. Bottle. Get that pitcher of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water. Move your body. Move your body and drink some water.
Move your body.
Move your body and drink some water, fam. Just move your body. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your
or should
water.
I say, move, then drink.
Move your body. Move your body.
Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your
or should
water.
I say, raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath and drink some water.
Take your breath.
Lift and pour yourself some water.
Pour.
Move your body, drink some water.
Move it.
Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. But remember to stay healthy. Remember the four pillars. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Drink half your weight in ounces.
Eat a culturally appropriate diet.
Behave. Take your breath.
Come on.
Lift and pour.
You can do it.
Move your body.
Come on. Come on.
Toast your ancestors. Drink up.
Come on. Drink it. Drink it. Drink it. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Drink it. Lift it. Drink it. Come on. Drink that health in.
Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your water.
Take your breath.
Take your breath. Take your breath.
Lift and pour.
Lift it.
Move your body.
Come on. Come on.
Toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink.
Come on. Come on.
Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour.
Come on, pour it.
Move your body.
Move. Come on.
Toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink.
What?
Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. That's a whole lot of water. Drink your water. Oh, family, it is a beautiful day. It's a beautiful, beautiful, chilly day. And we will be having a toast and talk today. Got the lines open so we can have some conversation. We ain't had a conversation in a while, and I'm going to open up the lines, give you opportunity to call in. So we're going to go on and we're going to do the toast, which is what we gather for. And those that might want to come on the line a little bit later, I will open up the line for you so that you can have a conversation, so we can have a conversation. Family, there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of smoke screens being laid out, a lot of drama that's being it's crazy. And the stuff that I be expecting to find on my timeline, I don't. But there's a few things on there that we can look at and have some discussions. There's a couple of videos that I want to turn y'all on to that will kind of help you formulate some of your discussions in the future. Let's see who this is, Brother Kwame. Brother Kwame. Shouts out to Brother Kwame. Shouts out to my Auntie Georgia. How you doing? If there is anyone in the family who needs a washer and a dryer, we can accommodate them for a very low price or best offer. Whirlpool make approximately 3 years old. Holla at Kwame or Hatim. Needs to be rid of today. Can pick up or pay for it for delivery. You can pick up or pay for delivery. Your choice. Your choice. It's yours. The choice is yours. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, family. We got out a little bit. We got some of the Giami members together yesterday to go on and do some work, do some family work. And we had a good time. It was a good time, and it was good to see people in person, still not knowing what's going on with this thing that's floating around here, But hey, let's go on. Let's do the toast. We'll open up the lines. We can have discussions. Anybody that's interested in the washer and dryer, please hit Brother Hatim up or Brother Kwame, or just, type it in there. Hey, I need a washer. How much y'all talking? Do I have to pick it up right now, or can I pick it up a little bit later on today? We need it going by today, family. It has to be saying hasta la vista today, right? So, and I know, because somebody right now just went to the washing machine and turned it on, and guess what? It did come on. It happens to me. It used to happen to me all the time. And it always happens either when you didn't have no money or right when you had money planned for something else. That's black life. That's how it goes down. But anyway, family, we almost done with all of our bottles. Me and Cleve gonna have to be brewing. I know he like, oh, hell no. Oh, no, Pops. As my older sons call me. Oh, no, he don't call me that, though. He call me old man. My older sons call me, oh, hell no, Pops. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, let's go and do this toast. All right, family, I want to say great Imani to you. And if just in case, I don't want to forget, because I might forget I want to give all of the Imani babies a round of applause, because we are on Imani Day. It is Imani Day. Oh, man. And it's a laid-back day for me. I wasn't ready to get up, but I had to get up, and I said, because I want to do the show in the morning, because if the longer I push it off, because we got to do the show, and the longer I push it off, the more pressure it is, right? So, because like I said, I got about 20 videos I got to do, but, I was only planning to possibly do 4. I got maybe about 4 to 5 short videos ready to get put up right now. Well, actually, I need to go and do some stuff with them to get them ready to get put up. Flipping, it's crazy. Some stuff was recorded upside down, so I got to go in and fix it and stuff like that. But hey, that's what you practice for. That's what you sharpen your when you practicing and doing your drills. You know what I'm saying? You sharpen your sword. You're getting ready. You know what I'm saying? So now it's time for combat. All right. So let's go on. Let's toast it up. Hold on. Brother Kwame say, well, hell, we'll even take installments at this point. Just don't want white folks being able to take advantage of what I've invested in. I understand. Wow. Y'all heard it from the Black Yoda. So anybody out there in need, y'all need to go and get with him or hit us up on the timeline so we can let people know. Well, I guess this one might not be, I might not be here to pop this one, hey. Huh. Well, Kwame, you got a couple more seconds to talk about the washer and dryer, my friend, because I don't seem like I think the Giambi girl's been down here messing with that one. All right. Let's go on to this mango. What's left of this mango. There we go. All right. All right, family. First, giving honor to the creator by whatever name you choose to call the creator. We lift up our glass. Hold on. We lift up our glass, and we salute that creator. We salute it. I'll wait for y'all to come up. We salute that creator, and we say the word of power, or your word of power. Here we use the word Ashe. Sometime y'all, right? We lift it up. We say Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? Y'all know where we go. We go to our list of our ancestors. We're going to lift up our ancestors. We're going to lift them up high. Man, we're going to salute our ancestors. So we raise our glass. And then we'll start with the name, and I'll go as far as I can. We got Miles Brown, Ms. Ann Robert, and Texana Davis, Herman Brown, Senior, Rose Lee Tilly, Georgia William Walter, Christopher Fanny Gaston, Out Leon, Chris Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, of our Brown, Jenny Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis, Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallar, Montague Pittman, No More X, the Pet Mott Rob, Malik Core, Dr. Marianne Williams, Coach Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dix, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ageni, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Broford, Hector Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Gail Pullen, Luxor Brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCray, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Renderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lewis Henderson, Kevin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Carolyn D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melville Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sale, Welly, Vita Farmer, Agosto, Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Ida Johnson, Oh, man. I'm slipping today. Ida Johnson. Let's start at Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melville Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bert Beatty, Sarah Weather, the Farmer, Agosto Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Linda Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther, Keachler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, I don't know what's going on with me today. Linda Watson Hammond, Jarrell Giles Watson, Spell Slimmy, 7 Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Percy Moore, Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Heather Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Uranian Thornton, Bernie Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, Jane Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hannah Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinier, Adam Mattel Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs, Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas Alula Berry, Lacey Eleanor Howe, Frank Russell and Davis, Fred Russell and Davis, where we at? Fred and Russell and Davis. There we go. Frank Russell and Davis. Fred Douglas Triggs, the second Vina Triggs, Reverend Andy Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Dilly Mayonnaise, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan. We got William Walter West, Nigel Perez, Elder Basiji Falani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Denise Waters, DePretis Hines, Anders Bostick, Edna Bostick, Winifred Scatterbay, Wilson Haley, Emma Hine, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Kevin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Will Belongmeyer, Ada Canny, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Mark Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Naylon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingles, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch. Oh, man, I made it. All right, cool. We made it. Okay, that was dope. All right, hold on. Oh, man, we made it. Okay. We got Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gasson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, which is also known as Uncle Bookie, also known as Gypsy. We got Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, Stacey Trash, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irvin, Judy Herbert, Irene Johnson,
Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkerson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hiley Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Dan Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Brennan, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet, Tubman Kate, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Eno, Baby Hatch, Senior, Melly Miller, Howsey Hatch, Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robin Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Artie Casey, Thomas Coper, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman, Lewis John Jackson, William Dallas, Lewis Mary Francis, Japel Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford, Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heap Sr., Albert Moore, Ms. Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Earlington Houston, Led Alls, Elijah Aldrin, Alls, in West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, and Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Bond, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Raymond Laura Newton, J.B. Poggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, A.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Captain Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Captain Anthony, Ruth Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Irvin, Irene Phillips, William Ford, Marco Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Irvin Sr., Michael Irvin, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Carwell Sr., Robert Lee Carwell, Nevea Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, Javale McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekel Maha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Alver, Mazarin Coper, George Swan, Imani Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Shelley Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Andy Ferguson, William Ferguson, and Shelby McClendon. We have Joella Giles coming from the Black Book. Joella Giles, James Carswell, we got Roberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis. We got Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damien Top, Christina Banks. We got Joseph Bingham, Quincy Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Condup, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jermonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McHale, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quay Sample, Candace Simmons, Severin Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sonny Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lump, Elizabeth Johnson, Mr. Thorne, Johanna, got Chandra Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henrietta II, Fannie L. Webb. We got Dan Walter, Nalauti Sue Walter, Emma Walter, James Randolph Giles, Sonny Pete Walton, William Walter, Fred Powers, Elijah Juan Hakeem, and Como. Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, also known as Dr. Kareem Mackey. We got Victor Bowman, we got Drusilla Kitty Berger, we got Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Justin Carl White, Jesse Woods. We got T.Lar Woods Lennox. We got Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Andy Simpson, Jamara Simpson, Virginia Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Eddie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins. We got Edward Wester, Alice Wester, Ivy Wester, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samantha DeMond, Ethel Marshall, Steve Dougie Shelton. We got William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Grace, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Drusilla Murrow, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Murrow, Sylvester Foster, James Lizzie Winston, Abe and Julia Lawrence. We got Ozell Leathers Sr., Gladys Coper, Ozell Leathers Jr. We got Geneva Jackson, R.J. Lacey, also known as Toop the Don. Got Saber Winston, Chris Kinney, Margaret Minter. We got Mary Smith, Juanette Florine Stith Gibbs, Carl William Duncan Jr., Janet Callahan, Danny Hill, Miko D. Nice, Andrew Martin, Mabel Williams, Terry Brown. We got Teresa Biddle. We got LaVonna Kincaid, Carla Sawyer, Reverend Jesse Porter, Deacon Ezekiel Dennis, Brenda Porter, Craig Lee Jones. We got Granny Beulah. We got Papa Al Reese, Nanette Smith, George Gamble Sr., Joseph Garrett, LaShonda Jamar, Leroy Raleigh, Mona Yolanda Hunter, Yvonne Patrice Turner, Herman Reeves, Amanda Reeves, Josh Reeves, Lena Kate, Herman Reeves. We got Pam Johnson. We got Vera and Reese Fisher. We got Jerry Johnson McCallum. We got also known as Mama Moon. We got Sheila Ann Lee, Panchita Alba, Donald Brooks, Barbara Moses out of Spate, and Ira Branson. We got Eric Winston. We got Dan Bridges, Francisco Matisse, also known as Sonny. We got Charles Stevenson Jr., King Pleasant, Sarah Keith, Nina Shepard, Brett L. Willard, Mabel Haskins, Wilbur Shepard, Dennis Jackson. We got William Haskins, Geraldine Jackson, Henry Jackson Sr., Edward Jones, Leslie Travis, Charlize Barnes, DeJuan Lewis Taylor, Madeline Yates, June Dandridge, Daisy Wilfork, Frederick Smith, James and Amanda Baldwin, Linda Williams, Sally Williams, Vivian Stevenson. We got Irene Harris. We got Callie Williams. We got Abu Scales, Pat Williams. We got Miss Mrs. Bertha Walker. We got Tony Ogletree. We got Grandma Marguerite. And we got Tracy Emery. Family, we raise up our glass. We salute each and every last one of our ancestors. And we salute them. And we say the word of power. And that is Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? Where do we go? Y'all know where we go. We move rapidly into this present moment. We move into this present moment. And we move with power. We move with strength. Right now, we are on Imani, and once again, I want to give the Imani born a round of applause, and I didn't forget. Right, we salute the Imani born children, man, oh man. And today is Imani, and for those that are wondering what we are talking about when we talk about Imani, what we're talking about, family, you got to go and check out the e-course, get the free information, freegnjecourse.com. Come over and learn what we're talking about here at Giame. You know what I'm saying? And take the parts that you could use and leave, like they say, eat the fruit and leave the seeds. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. But anyway, so we are toasting the present moment. We are in the present moment of Imani. And as I do on a daily basis, I ask each and every last one of you to open up your reticular formation and seek out Imani. Right? It's in the world as well as operating in you, and it's operating in your family. It's operating all around you all the time. We just got to start programming ourselves to see it, right? So we lift up our glass to this present moment, realizing that Imani, for those of us that speak the language, it means faith. Harmony is the modic principle of the day. Trust is what we teach the young people in the M7. Red is the color, as you can see by the hoodie. Gender is the Hermetic law for the day. Male name for the day is Kwesi. Female name is Akusua. Shouts out to all the Kwesis we got. Well, I think we got at least 2 Kwesis in the family. Well, no, we got about 3 Kwesis in the family, directly and indirectly. So indirectly, I don't know how many we got, because a lot of people don't even know what day they was born on. All right, but hey, we lift up our glass and we salute this moment. We say Ashe. From here, we move to our future generations and we toast our children, our children's children, on to infinity, family. And we say Ashe. From there, family, we move on to all of our relations and we lift up that glass. And guess what we say? Y'all know what we say. We say the word of Ashe. From there, family, we move from from all of our relations. We move to that selfish toast. This is for you. What is it that you need right now in this moment to move and to build your life? Right now in this moment, it's on you. What is it that you need in this moment? We lift up our glass. We say Ashe. From there, family, we move to the tribe. What's the tribe? Tribe is that accountability group, a group that helps keep you straight and steady. You know what I'm saying? That group that your mastermind group. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just saying, family. We got, and maybe we might need to talk about that a little bit today. Right? The importance of that type of stuff. We lift up our glass and we say Ashe. From there, last but not least, I want to toast the most magnificent, most beautiful, most uplifting, most outstanding, the wisest, and the bravest individual in the room. I toast you. Here we go. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, I wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years. Right? Shouts out to my Margarita. I see you out there. Remember, you need to arrange for the day and time for me, you, and your grandson, so we gonna handle that business. All right? Because I'm gonna make it happen. And also remember, we have to do it before March 1st for it to be effective during the day, because we're going to have to go during the day. After March 1st, I won't have as much time unless it's on the weekend. All right? So, family, let's go on and let's do our thing. So, I'm going to go and sip on a little of this. And we're going to make a transition. We're opening up the lines. The lines are open. Let me do that first. Black line is open. Black line is open. Had some conversation today. Don't know how many is on Giammi Journey, so I'll just do Black Line is open. 614-556-4535. Now, let me send that out. And before I do anything in transition, I want to make sure that everything is working, because the last couple of times the Black Line has kind of you know how they do. You know how they do. All right, so we're going to make a transition. We're busting out. We're busting out on fuck. Busting out. We're busting out on some serious fuck. Oh, I didn't transition. All right, there we go. All right, somebody just called in. Who's on the line?
Quasi Low.
What's up, Quasi Low? On your day you call in, go ahead, man. That's dope. All right. So let's go and look at some of the stuff in the news. You got an announcement for us? Because I understand you went to an event yesterday. Was it?
Yeah, we had a little community event. I actually facilitated it. It was a mental wellness event conversation.
You didn't say that you was.
Yeah, I mean,
you didn't tell me that you was. Oh man, I would have.
I'll be quiet about stuff.
Right. Okay. I mean, but certain stuff you need to lift up. Mama Margarita said, "Don't forget about the household." Oh, Lord have mercy, Mama Margarita. Oh my God. All right. Don't forget to keep reminding me, because I gotta get the troops together. It's a little bit easier now. But anyway, but yeah. So how did it go?
Oh man, it was dope. It was real good.
Was it online or was it in person?
It was in person. We was outside, so.
Oh, okay.
We was out there for about
yesterday.
an hour and 20 minutes. I mean, dress for weather.
Dog. You know what? I stopped buying winter clothes.
Did you?
Man,
Why?
listen. Because it'd be like, what? 3 weeks? I could wear...
Yeah, right.
Man, please, man. We ain't
It might be 3 weeks. It might be 9 months. It's Ohio.
All right, whatever. Ohio has... In the winter department, Ohio been slacking. It ain't like I used to remember. I used to have a big coat.
Tell that to today.
All right, this is one of the days where I just stay in the house and stay in my car. I mean, come on now. Say, I ain't even got.
I like being outside. I don't know. I actually kind of went in this year on winter gear, because between this year and last year, I've been outside a lot. I've been outside all year between this year and last year. It's been pretty cold. Like, the campaign last year.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, the work I do, I be outside a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I actually invested in some nice little thermals. So I be.
You
straight.
said the workout dude.
No, I'm work outside. My work has
okay, yeah. All right, so now, was there any major points that you hit on that you think you might need to share with the family right now?
I think just the way that I framed the conversation, it was between me and this young lady named Lauren. She was like she kind of set up the space and everything, and it did a lot of inviting people. And she came up with a few questions that she wanted to ask. So it was crazy how I looked at the list of the questions. What I did was I wanted to frame it. So I talked about talking about where we come from to know where we at, so we can know where we're going.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I like threes. We like threes. Then I talked about three different ways to consider those things is through the lens of community, the lens of spirituality, and then the lens of powers and politics. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was a pretty interesting conversation.
Okay.
And I'm pretty good at facilitating. I don't like to necessarily talk. I don't have to be heard. I just like to get people talking. And I kind of found my stride as far as that.
All right. So let's go through some of the news for the day. Anybody else want to call in? You got something you want to share? If there's any conversations on your mind, feel free to hit us up. Let us know. Let's get to building. Let's do what we do here at Giammi Journey. And let's get it in. All right. So let me see where I'm at. Okay, I want to make sure I ain't blocking. We're gonna move the little screen. We're gonna move you over here, little screen. All right. Up here, out the way. All right. Boom, boom, boom. So the haiku for the day. Totally confused. We talk of freedom, but yet can't make sacrifice. I know y'all like, that don't look like sacrifice, Brother Hatim. That's my handwriting. I'm posting up my real handwriting, getting y'all a taste of me. Haiku from yesterday. I'm on this haiku kick again. I don't know how long this is gonna last, so I might get another book out of it. I don't know. Great Kaumba. A creative spark flows within each of our souls, guiding us through life. Ooh, all right. So that's the one from yesterday. And what I'm starting to notice is when I go to these, they tell me how many people reach, but they don't tell me how many people are actually on. I don't know what's going on with that right now. This is for those that when you run into this and you see the shirts, usually what's going on is that is our Spreaker account. And you can go to Spreaker, and it's a podcast, so you could go and do your work and still tune in and stuff like that. Appreciate, well, it reached 5 people, but no engagements, and that's cool because you got to click it to go through. Okay, folk tales for grown folks. Here go one of my folk tales. Well, I call this the folk tales for grown folks with an S, the shorts. And the one yesterday was the cock. Oh, this was from Nia, the cock and the Jew. I posted it up yesterday. So I got it up here twice. I don't understand, but all right. Dang, we gotta go all the way back through Nia. Haiku for Nia, slavery, mind games, and accidental lifestyles. Take away Nia. Ooh. All right, so now here's one of the videos you can check out. This dude name is Irony Osei Free Poem. And it was a event at Yale. He was talking about whoever pushed the like, thank you. He was talking about reparations. Now, this is when we talk about the ADOS, he was one of the dudes that was at the beginning of it. He's a doctor of philosophy. Brother has some great insights, and it was a great show for anybody that want to dust up on your reparations talk, because we got to continue, because this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. This is a marathon. We're going to have to keep on putting it up, because right after COVID is going to be another national emergency that everybody's going to have to be able to look past what we're talking about, what we're doing. Let me refresh, because I know I put some other stuff up here. It should be some other stuff up here. So I'm kind of confused on why a lot of this old shit is up here. Hold on. Excuse my language, people. Here we go. All right. So one of the things that we're working on with Giami, as well as hopefully some of y'all in your own families, is talking about looking at some of the stuff that possibly you could start investing in. Now, as far as investments, I know a lot of y'all like, I ain't got a lot of money for investments. You don't need nothing but $1. You don't need nothing but $5. You don't need nothing but $10. We're talking about micro investments over a long period of time. Okay? We're not talking about you dropping $10,000 in the market. We know most of us are not up to that point right now, but there is small things that we could do to kind of build up some wealth so that we could pass it on. And also include our young people. I am using an app called Greenlight, where I am able to, in a sense, get my kids credit cards. Well, actually debit cards. And I put money on the card for them. But also, on one of the advanced functions, they have an investment piece for the young people. So the young people could go in. If they're not on punishment, you ain't take their phone. They go in and they can research companies that they might be interested in investing in. So just this week, I was able to talk my babies into taking some little bit of money out their savings over time, and then I add a little bit to it and say, hey, buy some stocks. What stuff do you use? And stuff like Apple and Walmart start popping up, and this is one that popped up today because I say, hey, y'all might want to get some stock in some medical marijuana, although it dropped it dropped. It's like $12 a share now. I'm like, I don't think medical marijuana and marijuana for fun is going anywhere, but it dropped. So I say, this would be good for you to go on and get in. So, Sasha said no. Sasha said she ain't want to have nothing to do with medical marijuana. Gina was like, yes, and Cleve, yeah, they jumped on. But Sasha was like, nah. So let's go and see what they talking about here, just real quick. Aurora Cannabis pops after hours on second quarter results. The company showed encouraging growth in the stronger of its two main product categories. Now, for those that might be interested, you can go into now. For those of you who want to do micro investing, right? Micro investing, where you do $1, because the computers break all that shit down. You go into your Cash App, and you can actually invest through your Cash App. You could buy Bitcoin as well as you could buy small parts of Bitcoins as well as buy small parts of stock. So you don't have to have a lot of money. You can start doing it and start watching your money fall or grow. I'm just saying. And I'm not telling y'all to do something I ain't doing myself. So the name of this company is ACB on the Market. Was lively in after hours trading on Thursday following release of its second quarter 2021 figures following market close. The high-profile Canadian marijuana company's net revenue for the period was just under 67.7 million Canadian dollars, or 53 million in U.S. money, which was down marginally from the previous quarter's results, but 23% higher on a year-over-year basis. Meanwhile, the comprehensive net loss came in nearly. Hold on. This is one of the elders. Hold on. Hey, Mama Margarita called. She wanted to know, as far as the marijuana stock, could we go international with buying the stock? And this is only one company. The issue is we have to find the different companies to be able to invest in, right? Because marijuana is a major crop in a lot of different places. But now the reason I'm looking at this is because, like with Bitcoin, with all these other stocks, it's certain things. Well, Bitcoin is something else. But when you notice drops, and you be like, "Ooh, there's a lot of money moving in those," but there's a drop, and you don't have to be an expert to say, "All right, damn, this is a good price to get in." So, I want y'all to look at what the price was, which was down marginally from previous quarters, 23% higher on a year-over-year basis. So even though they didn't make as much money as they predicted, they still was 23% higher than the amount of money that they made the same time last year. At least that's how I'm interpreting it. I'm saying, okay. Meanwhile, the comprehensive net loss came in nearly at $302 million. That's $238 million in the U.S. Or 1.37 $1.37 per share. This put in between the first quarter shortfall of $83 million and the 1 million. I don't know what that means. 1.3 billion Canadian, or 1 million of the year ago quarter. Maybe they meant to put a billion there. Encouragingly, both the Aurora main product categories, recreational marijuana and medical products, saw healthy annual rises. For the former, there was a 25% helped by a 1.7 million or 1.3 million sequential improvement in the sale of derivatives such as edibles and vapes. Now, the price today was $12. It dropped. It was like at a high at 24. So, when my kids got in, because I got some money tied up, you know how the bank accounts is. I had to draw from this account, put in there. Mine's is caught up, but I told my kids, I said, y'all might want to invest in some medical marijuana, because the key piece I want them to see is that your money can grow. See, we got to get our young people to understand that we have to start figuring out ways to start getting money to work for us rather than us constantly working for money. And we got to be able to do that as groups. We got to start figuring out how to get the small amount of money that we have working for us. Because I want you to think about this. My overall goal was so that one day I would be able to wake up one of my babies be like, hey, you made 12 cents while you were asleep. I want them to get the understanding, and I need us to get the understanding, because there are ways where we can make money even while we're asleep. You know what I'm saying? So, get them tied into this. Now, this is the food.com. That's the Motley Fool. They're pretty good far as the investment piece. When I was heavily trying to be into the investment piece, but I never stuck. And this is the issue for me. I never stuck to what I was supposed to be doing. When I first started, listen, let me say this. When I first started investing, if I would have kept doing it, right, I'd be in a different position right now. So what I'm trying to do is get my kids into being able to do it and make it part of who they are. So even when the drama hits, they're still dropping a little bit of money into it, because I couldn't invest like I got them invested now. It wasn't that easy, right? So, but the same thing with Bitcoin, right? You know what I'm saying? I bought Bitcoin. I started buying Bitcoin when it was like at 10 G's. Now, I want you to understand this. Now, I bought it when it was at 10 G's, right? Bought micro shares of it at 10 G's. Now it's at 40 G's. So this means no matter how much money I invested, that money went up 4 times. I want you to understand that. So if I bought $3 worth of Bitcoin when it was at $10, right? Because it was when it was at 10,000. That means that $3 that I invested in that Bitcoin is now $12. I want y'all to think about that. I want you to think about the growth of that, right? And if I would have kept buying it, because I didn't keep buying it, I kept buying silver, which I ain't mad at, because silver going up too. But you know what I'm saying? Because I like hard assets. I like being able to look at my stuff. But unfortunately, so does Cleve like looking at my shit. So somewhere along the lines, he done bought some candy bars, a candy bar for $1. He thought he was spending $1.50. He done went out here and spent, you know what I'm saying? He done spent like $15 on a goddamn $1.50 candy bar, because, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to hip him to the game, but good God Almighty, leave my change alone, brother. Leave my change alone. Let me see. Is there any comments? She said, can we go international with our children? And I'm going to have to call her back to see if I understand. But if you get them on the stock market, any company that's on the stock market, more than likely they'll be able to find it. You're just going to need the 3-letter code for the company, right? And you know, I mean, that's easy. That's easy. All right. So let's see what else I got up here. That's the only okay, here we go. A new frontier or another cash track. Mark Cuban on blockchain. And for those that don't know, blockchain is is what Bitcoin is. It's basically a new form, a new way of hiding and storing information and being able to hide value and share value into exchange. And it's like the early days of the internet. So this is Mark Cuban. So now let me tell y'all something about this whole Bitcoin piece.
No, that's why I haven't really got it fully into it. Well, I guess that's maybe the excuse I'm giving myself. But
go ahead.
I need to learn blockchain.
Well, see, and this is the piece. So now, in order to invest, do you need to learn stocks? You know what I'm saying? When you started playing football, did you really know the game? Or did you start playing?
True. That's you right. That's why I said it the way I said it. I'm making excuses.
Right. Well, it ain't necessarily an
'Cause
excuse because
man,
a lot of us see because this the
take
issue.
one of my
What we
good
got to remember is that family, we do not have to be masters of all things. What we can do, especially with the young, those of us that work with young people, we can get them to start researching some of this stuff and we could glean from their wisdom because you, like I said, you have a certain focus right now. And it's like for you to sit down and to try to master blockchain and to learn blockchain will be you taking away time from the stuff that's producing in your life. When we got these young people who have been sitting at home for almost a year, and this is what I don't this what I don't see people getting. You know what I'm saying? I don't see people getting this. They've been sitting at home, and it's a possibility that they're gonna be spending a lot more time at home because I don't think school may ever possibly be the same. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I've been wrong before, but the point that I'm saying is we have young people who have had time where we could put them on assignments, right? You know, and they get a reward if they finish it, and there's a consequence if they don't. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not saying what that reward or that consequence is, but the point is we go set our young people to start learning these things so that we don't have to kind of backtrack to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because like one of the things that we're doing in Giami as far as like the creating commercials and stuff, boom, I'm sharing the stuff that I have, and I can't wait to see the level that they take it to. Like with Shamar. Shamar ain't as young as he used to be, but Shamar is a lot younger than me. When I showed Shamar what I was able to do, and I showed him how to do it, and I gave him access to the platform, he took that shit to a whole nother level. I'm still cutting videos with 1 and 2 tracks. I looked at one of Shamar's videos. Shamar's cutting videos with about 5 video tracks and 3 soundtracks, and I'm sitting up here like, God damn. So I can only imagine once Cleve get comfortable, or once Tykees get comfortable, or once Mr. Jamar gets comfortable, I can only wonder what level they're going to take these skills to. So I won't have to go deep into video editing because we already going to have people that's good at that. So once again, with the blockchain, what we have to do is we got to encourage our young people to go on and invest in stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying? Get young people to invest their time in that because that is the most valuable thing they have. We 2 days ago, the proverb that I read is when you kill time, you bury opportunity. Not only are grown folks killing time right now, right? How many of our children is killing time and burying opportunity? Just saying. But so we don't have to learn it. I mean, we could be familiar with it, but once we get familiar with it, we can start introducing our young people to it, and we might find one that might have a natural tendency, that a natural leaning to understand this stuff. Because now this is the issue that people that a lot of us gonna have to deal with. Most of us don't even touch our money anymore. I want y'all to think about that. For many of us have not touched a check. The money goes straight to the bank, straight into your account. For most of the jobs of people that's on here right now. I cashed a check for the first time in 5 years yesterday. No, 2 days ago. For the first time. Right? So this blockchain technology is fitting right into where we're moving to. And then also one of the things that we might need to look into is the shifting in the economic system and possibly moving into a whole different economic paradigm that this world is not ready for. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
People about to be getting left behind. Because I mean that Elon Musk investing $1.5 billion in cryptocurrency that's a signifier.
And not only that, you got Mark Cuban talking about it now. You got Ray Dalio talking about it now. You got people
because they already know if the dollar or when the dollar collapsed, they got their wealth is in dollars. I mean, I'm sure they got their diversified portfolio, but fiat currency, when the dollar falls and the cryptocurrency is established, then all fiat currencies fall.
Now,
like a domino effect.
What they got popping off right now, check this out, family. They got what they call stable coins. And the government is getting behind stable coins. Please understand. Please understand. So, now, so we got things like Bitcoin. Bitcoin went from like $1 a piece to worth $40,000 per coin. It's only 21 million of them. So we got people labeling fiat currency government money, and they're labeling blockchain type currencies as people currency. You got all types of coins that you can.
Georgina.
You said who?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you got all types of
wasn't on mute.
coins that you can look at and start, getting people around you to learn about, and you just go and read about, because I got a couple that I'm working with right now. But anyway, let's go and look at what he's saying. This is Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban on blockchain. It's like the early days of the internet when a lot of people thought we were crazy. All right. Self-made billionaire, which is there's no such thing. Anybody that come at you with that self-made shit, you need to look at them and double look at them. Like, oh, you self-made, huh? Okay. Self-made billionaire Mark Cuban says new innovation and companies will come out of the pandemic, creating America 2.0, as he calls it. At the beginning of the pandemic, as awful as it's been, I talked about hold on, my fault. We're reading a story from CNBC. This is Taylor Locke. This is by Taylor Locke. At the beginning of the pandemic, as awful as it's been, I talked about companies that were going to look back on or in 10 to 15 years that were created. During this time, Cuban told Real Vision founder and CEO Raul Pal in an interview published February 9th. And according to Cuban, investors on ABC Shark Tank and owners of the Dallas Maverick, one of those things will be the evolution of blockchain technology and the companies that will follow from it. What we're seeing right now with this communal effort and the foundation of blockchain type applications that people stuck at home can use to try to make money. Just change the game 180 degrees, he said. If you don't understand blockchain, Cuban said, it's going to smack you down and make you bleed. Then you just say something about people getting left behind, bruh? Blockchain is a decentralized digital ledger that documents transactions like cryptocurrency, and its development reminds Cuban of the early days of the internet. Now, cryptocurrency is only a part of what can be done with blockchain. So right now we're talking about blockchain in the way that people were talking about the internet 15 years, or better yet, let's go even deeper. Let me bring it home for some of y'all. Blockchain is to the world now what audio tape was to the world maybe 30, 40 years ago. You remember when y'all had the 8 tracks? And people like, oh, them little funny looking tapes ain't never gonna go nowhere. I ain't never getting up my, because I remember when I was young, actually it was 40 years ago. Because J.J. Evans, or I can't remember his name, he used to play J.J. Evans, just came out with his boom box. And it was like, because his keyword was dynamite, and it had it was a 8-track player that you could push like it was a dynamite thing and change the 8-track tape. 8-track was all the rage, and people thought they wasn't going nowhere. People was rolling around with 8-track tapes in their cars, and nobody understood what was coming with these damn tapes. I want you to understand. So this is the world we living in. There's a major shift about to happen. And those that are on it or in it, you don't even have to totally understand it. Because you don't understand the electric, you don't understand how lights work. You just know that when I hit that switch, this shit's supposed to come on. You understand what I'm saying? It's moving, and we have to start preparing ourselves and preparing our communities for the future. What this COVID-19 did was basically accelerate the rate of change. That's all it did. It accelerated the rate of change and the need for change. He said it's like the early days of the internet, brand new. No one really knows what it's going to be. There's a lot of projections. He said when we were starting AudioNet that turned into broadcast.com, I can't tell you how many times everybody said internet broadcasting. There's no chance. Look what we talking on now. Not only can I talk to you, I could bring you online so that you could talk with me either through voice or through picture. I don't need this internet craziness to do this. A lot of people thought we were crazy. In 1995, Cuban and a friend, Todd Wagner, started an internet radio company called Broadcast.com. Despite its naysayers, in 1999, Broadcast.com was acquired by Yahoo for $5.7 billion in stock, and in turn made Cuban a very wealthy man. Now, he was smart enough to take that Yahoo stock and do something else with it. Because, oh man, Yahoo plummeted. But anyway, Cuban pointed out that blockchain and internet companies like this, broadcast.com, have similarities. It got the same feel of the early days of the internet. For example, it took time before bandwidth became available and cheap enough so that streaming and cord cutting could really happen. And that's where we are now. Because like I said, we don't even have cable at our house no more. Everything is through the internet. We don't, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, boom. If we can't get it through the internet, we're not getting it. That was 20 years into the internet, give or take, and we're only 10 to 12 years into crypto after starting with Bitcoin, he said. So I'm going to stop right there because they start talking about smart contracts and stuff like that, and there's a lot of stuff going on, and we have individuals in our community, they might be known as nerds, that are really into this. Really, I mean, when I say into this, I mean really, really into this. I remember Dentista told me about Bitcoin, and I was laughing. Like, man, you put money in what? In what? Digital what? You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm like, shit, you know, I thought I was ahead of the curve. You know what I'm saying? But shit, some of these young people, you know, might still be sitting on it. You know what I'm saying? Because some people that you might be walking right past, disrespecting and blah, 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 might be millionaires now. Because some of those individuals got Bitcoin when it was very cheap, or they cashed out when it was about 10,000. Still might have had about 100 or 1,000 Bitcoins. Anyway, let's keep it moving. I don't want to bore y'all. Let's see. All right, let's see. A former YMCA administrator left her desk job for a side hobby. She now brings in over 7 figures and employs 25. These are the type of stories that I want to be able to be like, this happened in our community. Hold on. Mama Margarita say, when you killed, all right, she recorded she said, call Kwahari. I will be back 2 weeks. Okay. You going out the country? Oh, man, they ain't going to let us read it. Oh, I'm not about to buy Business Insider because Business Insider is one of those expensive papers. But, you know what I'm saying, sister, took a dream and pushed it. And we got the skills here. Why storytelling is a skill that every entrepreneur should practice. This is entrepreneur.com. Y'all can check out that story if y'all want. A letter to my boomer parents, the American Compass. Now, this was interesting to me because they talk about the wealth gap, but you know they talk about it from another perspective. From well, let's go and look at it just a little bit. We ain't gonna read the whole thing. I'm just gonna walk y'all through it. This is from a digital magazine called The Commons, done on February 12th by Micah Meadowcroft. And this is a letter from to a boomer parent. Dear Mom and Dad, I'm writing this letter because we've often had this conversation now, but this lets you return to it at your leisure. Nothing I say here will be new to you, but I'm writing this so that the others can read it too, because there's something to the intergenerational warfare narrative of our moment. It is fitting to frame these issues as a grown child's reflections on the status of his parents. As you know, one of my colleagues, Helen Andrews, has a book out now about some of the baby boomers that helped make the mess we find ourselves in today. They are older than you, who are part of the tail end, almost Gen X. Let me remind you that while the largest cohort in the U.S. workforce, I and my fellow millennials born between 1981 and 1996. What year was you born, Quasi?
83.
Oh, you a millennial, okay. Older than you think, possess just, listen, and this ain't even black. This is just everybody. Possess just 4.6% of the nation's wealth. Your boomers reportedly control twice the 28.5 billion held by Generation Xers, and more than 10 times the 5.2 trillion held by us. I believe it. If civilization is something received, held in trust, and transmitted, and it is, there appears to be a breakdown somewhere, certainly a decline, maybe even a collapse. So this is this millennial talking about they control 4.6% of the nation's wealth. And they're talking about boomers control twice the 28.5. So they control like 56 trillion. 56, it's actually $57 trillion, right? Because my generation, I think I'll be Generation X. I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see the years. But anyway, so we have a lot of wealth that is calcified in these older generations. Now let's go on a little bit farther. And we know this is happening in our community, but it's not only happening in our community, it's happening everywhere, because this dude say that 4.6% of the wealth is in the hands of let's just look at it. Quasi, how old are you?
I turned 38 like last weekend.
He's 38. So between the age of 36 and, well, let's say, so the average, let's say the lowest age for a millennial is 36 right now. They hold only 4.6% of the nation's wealth. This is the healthy working class. These are individuals that are supposed to be the brains and the future leaders of the nation, right? You know what I'm saying? My group, we're supposed to be moving into power, but we see that's not happening, right? Something's going wrong. There's something that is blocking and stopping the progression of where we're going or where we're supposed to be. All right, let's see. But that's not what this is about. Only the excuse for its form. You have not clung to your place on a ladder while younger people have sought to climb it, blocking their way. Let me read that again. But that's not what this is about. Only the excuse for its form. You have not clung to your place on a ladder, okay, while younger people have sought to climb it, blocking their way. I'm going to think about that. You have used your resources well and generously, mentoring the young. You have contributed to a world of divorce and broken homes. You have modeled the perseverance of marriage, a marriage covenant, and now you continue to pray for future in-laws and future grandchildren. You have let neither the good times nor the bad times make regular church attendance and habits of religious devotion slip into an apathetic spiral to none, as in no affiliation or shrug, as Easter and Christmas. For all of this, I'm very grateful. But the above pathologies exist in part because of something you are prone to, as we have discussed, and that is preoccupation with what is happening over here in Washington, D.C., often to the point of confusion about what is happening over there at home. In your case, the other, better Washington, stop it. The boomers cling to wealth because they cling to power. And in pursuit of power, they point that wealth to Wall Street and K Street. And because that wealth is turned to Wall Street and K Street, it does not end up on Main Street. And because that money is not spent on Main Street, local opportunities wither away. And with it, the prospect of a normal, or perhaps no longer that, but only traditional life of marriage, children, religious observance, and continued building upon what came before. Maybe if you were much richer, it would make sense to play the game because you might be able to do something. Even that is doubtful when you reflect for a moment on the flushing sound of campaign finance and political action committees. Maybe even if you had approximately the careers you have had, but like I do for now, lived here in the Beltway. Maybe then it would be only natural to follow national affairs closely, to shake a hand here or pass a word here in hopes of shaping things. There are people for whom New York City and D.C. are not just televised displays, but a real life. Not entertainment, but the stage on which they act. And if they want to try to figure out the script, then let them. But they are not you. So basically, all right, let's go a little bit farther. You and every other person like you, middle class, educated, property owning parents, naturally invest in the future of this country. Not living in D.C. or working on Wall Street. Need to take a deep breath, look out the window, notice the birds, and take a walk down your street. I know you do this all the time already, but let me affirm it and add that you need to notice the place around you while you are walking, your home, and that it needs to become the thing you think of when you think of politics or the news. You are only responsible for what you have power over. Your vote every 2 years is not power, but a nifty bit of participatory liturgy. As you know, liturgies are not effectuated by the participants, but are rather their cooperation with a higher effective force. Your vote is supposed to make things squared away and above board, and to entertain you to boot. It feels good, right? Doing your part, and it's easy. You can just put your ballot in an envelope and throw it in a box. Go ahead and keep doing it if you want, but stop anticipating it for 2 or 4 years at a time and focus on what you're responsible for. You are responsible for your home, for your house, for your yard, your neighborhood, your church, your school, your city, your county, and your state, and only then your country. I'll concede a little bit in that order. You have power in these domains and diminishing power as we extend the abstraction of law and the remoteness of geography. Your responsibility diminishes the same. I would not be able to say this except that I have been taught to believe the sorts of things that led to thinking these sorts of thoughts. I thank you for that. And it means that you are already doing what needs to be done, and my advice is only mirroring the prudence you already possess. To spend your wealth on Main Street, to focus on home, means to do what you have done and are doing. You labor for the invested in building classical Christian private schools. All right, y'all gonna finish reading this. But he almost done, so let's go and finish. You labor for and invested in building classical Christian private schools of my K-12 education. That ain't my life, and still do. You do not only attend church, but are serving part of its ministry. 2 hands and feet, shrewd as serpents, innocent as doves. You have cultivated relationship with those who hold local authority and elected office. Always a patron of the best food and drink and the region has to offer. You recently began to get involved in the area art scene and theater and symphony orchestra, and you have noticed the immigrant communities that care about these things too, and how they thank you for being an example. Keep laboring, keep making friends, build on. Let me over here in D.C. worry about D.C. so that you and your community can care less about it and care more about home. I love you very much. All right, Micah. Let's go on up here. Let's check out Micah real quick. Here go Micah. Tell you a little bit about Micah. Micah is, you know what I'm saying? He come from a different place than Quasi. You know what I'm saying? Different upbringing. You know, families help build schools, probably had them in private schools and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But now, the issue that got me on this is because, especially for us, it's across the board because the numbers show it. The boomers have all of the wealth. Now, there's a major wealth transfer that is happening in the majority community in America at this point in time, the largest wealth transfer in history. And many of us are not partakers of that, right? So, and what this dude is telling them is to kind of focus on where you are. You know what I'm saying? You're investing money in all these things and blah, blah, blah. You done built up enough. You know what I'm saying? Now start taking care of home. You know what I'm saying? And in many cases, see, because what I'm starting to notice, especially within our communities, we got people holding on to power. They don't want to let that shit go. You know what I'm saying? They'll preach or they'll teach all the way until they almost in the goddamn grave. They will not let that shit go. Power is very, very, and a lot of people that have the means will strive to hold on to the power. Period. And we got to, you know, because my letter will be a little bit different. Well, actually, I couldn't write this letter because I'm not a millennial. But I'm quite sure the Quasees and all those that are in that generation that this letter come from, for us, for our group, will be a little bit different. I'll be real interested to see how this letter would be crafted. You know what I'm saying? Quasey. He might have hung up. The question I wanted to ask you, do you have a lot of interaction with so-called boomers in your life? That would be like people on my mother's age.
You already know my answer to that question. You threw a monkey wrench in there because your mom is a standout in the field. She actually, you know what I'm saying? She get it. She true to the. I mean,
you know what I'm saying.
Hey, sometimes it's better than, huh?
You said sometimes it's better than what? Sometimes it's better than no time, huh?
Sometimes it's better than not even acknowledging the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. Hey, we all can be sometimes, you know what I mean?
Right.
Ain't nobody said that the situation at hand ain't heavy, and sometimes you got to check out just for mental health. You know what I mean?
Yep, I agree.
But, yeah, I don't like old people.
Oh, my God. Nigga, I'm old. What are you talking about?
No, you ain't. You forever young.
Shit. Man,
I don't like old men. I don't like that.
You don't like, no, you don't like, what you don't like is stuck.
True.
It's not that you don't like old people. You don't like stuck people. Because often in our communities, we run into people that are literally stuck where they are. And they can't hear you. They can't move. They can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? They're stuck. And it's like, boom. I mean, and all of us, in some form or fashion in our lives, we have a place where we are stuck, where there's no growth, and it can become, in a sense, cancers in our mentality, cancers in our emotions, all that stuff. You don't like, and I don't mean to speak for you, but I don't know if you agree, but I'm thinking it's less that you don't like old people, you don't like stuck people.
I don't like old stuck people. But yeah, you're right though. I mean, it's, you know, my favorite 48 law, my favorite of the 48 laws is assume formlessness. You know what I'm saying? Like, I plan to be 80 and to be, the kids is going to be making fun of me because I'm going to be up there trying to rap their little,
rap how they rap.
Lyrics, you know what I mean?
I feel you.
But they're going to fool with me though. They're going to rock with me hard.
And that's the way, I mean, and that's the way, so that you, and then also, once you are involved in conversation with them and have them comfortable, it's easier for you to pass on the wisdom that you have experienced or the wisdom that you have gathered over a lifetime. So next on the list, go ahead.
Just one more thing about that. That stuckness, man. It's the intergenerational transference of things, of substance, of what resources, of opportunities, of information is broken. And I mean, you know, part of me does get it. Well, I mean, I definitely get it. And I'm actually working on allowing myself to be understanding and not like holding a grudge, because ultimately it erodes away at me, you know, but it's frustrating, you know what I mean? Cause, and what I understand is that I'm trying to do too many things at once. I just lost my train of thought. It's like it's trauma, you know what I mean? And that's what I was thinking. It's people having secrets. It's a lot of family secrets. Like I was wondering if my great grandfather was actually my grandmother's dad biologically. You know what I mean?
Say it again.
I was just yesterday. I was questioning whether or not my great grandfather is deceased. You know what I mean? Rest in peace. He was the most influential. Well, one of the most influential men in my life. But you know, I don't know if that was even. If that's even, and I don't have necessarily any reason to question it. I just wonder because there's so many secrets, and anytime anybody getting the one to talk about something of substance in my family structure, you know, people get mad, and then like people. It's a term that people use all the time that they're the black sheep of the family. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people just feel comfortable there, but it couldn't be more true for me in my mother's lineage. Like I don't, you know, I don't get reached out to ever. Like in my life, it's never really happened. Especially since I hit my teenage years and went my own direction spiritually. You know what I mean? It don't. Even the younger people, and that goes back to what you were saying about being stuck. The people of my generation is they might not be active practicing Christians that go to church, but they still have that semblance of dying and going to heaven. It's still there. You know what I mean? I had saw this little meme I had shared. It says, for those choosing to break generational cycles, your parents couldn't do it. Their parents couldn't do it. But for some reason, you noticed a pattern and decided it ended with you. You're the prototype. So much power you have. That must be a lot, huh?
Yeah, that's a heavy burden, dog. You going against your whole world. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's scary when you start questioning what appears to be. Kwame says the Cronus complex. Brother, speaking, it's called the Cronus complex, where if you remember those of you that remember the mythological story of Cronus, he was a titan, and somebody predicted that one of his children would overthrow him. So every time he had a child, he would consume them. You know what I'm saying? He would consume them. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? And you could trace that story all the way back to a story that was created before that in Kemet. You know what I'm saying? I won't go through it because I don't want to piss some people off, but it's like, you know, but there's always you can only hold that energy back so long. You know what I'm saying? Because it becomes destructive when you hold it down, because there's going to be a war. You can't keep pushing young people down and you know and holding them back. You need to learn how to incorporate that youthful energy into your community, into your culture, into your movements. You know what I'm saying? You need to go and incorporate that. You know?
Yeah.
Rather than
being
man,
stuck. That's really the most destructive thing that was unleashed on people on the planet, period. But our people ate it up the most, probably out of fear and necessity, but like the idea of just needing to believe that somebody died for our sins, and therefore nothing that we can do can save us, that we just have to believe that our sins have been forgiven through grace. You know what I mean? As opposed to some of the Eastern traditions that say, no, you got to work for this, homie, and then it's going to take this life for the next life for the next 300 lives. It's going to take a long-ass time, and you're going to have to keep working until you get it right.
Now, but see, and what you bring up is, once again, that gets into that whole idea of stuckness, because it's certain people that when they hear that rubs their ears wrong, even though they may practice that piece. You know what I'm saying? It's like a certain spiritual maturity that comes with the understanding. It's like folktales. Like I tell y'all all the time, the folktales and the proverbs, the myths and the legends of our people and the ones that we use are layered. And depending on where you are when you hear it, it says one thing to you. But as you mature you start hearing different things. And as you mature more, you start hearing different things. You understand what I'm saying? So what you broke down was a simple view of what is said. But there is a more complex, or not even more complex, there is a more healthy stance on that. And there's many people that you could run into that you would say what you just said to them, and they'd be like, it ain't like that, homie. You know, we got to work too. You know what I'm saying? But it all depends on where you're being fed from. Because many of us get caught up in these old dogmas. You know what I'm saying? These old ideas, right? And we don't want to advance because many of us was actually told that we're not even supposed to question anything out of any holy book or anything. You're just supposed to accept it for what it is. And most of the people that you run into now, they're not on that shit. Now, the ones that are looking for safety, you know what I'm saying? Because I want you to understand what that provides for certain people. What that provides for certain people is a stability in a world that's unstable. All my sins have been forgiven already. It is a simplicity and a stability that they can have, that they can rest on. Because I did this ritual, I'm guaranteed heaven. Now, those individuals you won't be able to necessarily even be able to do business with. They'll make good employees, but you won't be, because they won't be able to see beyond some stuff.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like, you know, so you gotta, when you say that stuff, and this is what I'm trying to get people to understand, you know, because like with our tribe, we got people coming with many different beliefs, and they're allowed to have their beliefs and their beliefs, you know what I'm saying, unless it's destructive to the group and destructive to other individuals, they're allowed to believe whatever the hell they want to believe. But one of the things we always talk about is what did I used to call, what I call it, becoming symbol literate.
Mm-hmm.
My goal is to train everybody that comes up behind me to be symbol literate. So whether you're talking to somebody in Islam or a Buddhist or just somebody who claim their spirituality, they could drop their concepts on you, and because you symbol literate, you be like, I hear you,
Right.
I understand. I hear what you're saying.
Right. It makes you like able to understand all languages. You know what I mean? You remember the comedian George Carlin?
Yeah.
He was talking, like, for people that aren't symbol literate. He didn't say it exactly like that, but people that aren't symbol literate, they will be symbol minded. Instead of simple minded is the simple minded.
And some people, I mean, because after some of the trauma that some people go through, you can understand why they would want something like that.
Certainly.
You understand?
And that's the whole thing. I definitely get it. But what I also get is being modestly and humbly, to, you know, my own degree, a student of history. That means that I'm able to intuit the future, not predict. I'm not saying you know what I'm saying? I'm saying intuit, because everything happens in cycles. So you know what I mean? You can see how certain things played out.
Right.
And then when people, the understanding that those same people that are doing that for their own security are very vulnerable, are the most vulnerable people. And I understand that you're trying to save yourself from suffering. I'm trying to say this for you. I'm you know what I mean?
Right.
It's going to get bad for you. And then to alienate the warriors, it wouldn't make
It's
sense
not wise
for me to go to bat for my family in the midst of the inevitable chaos. I'm going to be with you because we've been planning for this. You see what I'm saying?
Right. And
they're on their own.
Right.
I'm trying. And actually, at this point, I can't even afford to try no more. You know what I mean?
Like, for example, if we look at the story of, just taking it to Jesus, you look at the story of Jesus, what was his family?
The apostles.
Okay. So it was his crew. It was his tribe.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And you know, and that's who he worked through, right? And if you belong,
gang.
right? You see what I'm saying? So it's there. The symbols are there. The message is there. Maybe you might not be able to see it as clear. Let me try to expose it to you. But if I can't expose it to you, I'm gonna keep on moving. I ain't got time to be like you said. You know, you can look at what's coming or have an idea of what's coming. It's best for you to prepare for what you think is coming rather than to prepare for what other people want you to believe is coming. You understand what I'm saying? You don't have to be stuck. You don't have to. You have permission to be unstuck and to react to the world in the way that you see fit, as long as you ain't hurt nobody. Brother Kwame says, talking about the article we read, the Nouveau Rich, power is seductive and intoxicating as far as people holding on to it. He said there's no loss in fair exchange. I don't know where that one came from. But then he says a tree is evidenced by the fruit that it bears. So, like I said, look at, when we're talking to people, you know what I'm saying? Or like I said, and we're having these conversations, just look around at the fruit that is bared. If there's no fruit or the fruit is bad, you know what I'm saying? That's showing me how it's working for you. But if you don't want to deal with what's happening in reality, you wouldn't be safe with me anyway. I don't, you know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother point.
I mean that's the bottom line point. I've been trying to force this into the conversation. I was trying to, follow along, but you mind if I kind of pivot a little bit?
Go ahead, man, pivot. It's what you do. You about to start some shit. Go ahead.
You don't know me.
Okay, go ahead. Shit starter. I ain't say I know you. Y'all get ready. The shit is about to jump off. Go ahead. So we about to get about 15 calls.
You might want to turn the fan off because shit can start flying everywhere if you don't. But okay, so I'm sitting up here looking at this whole impeachment thing.
Oh God. Go ahead.
Everybody is all up in arms about the impeachment. I don't care. I didn't care if he got or if he was
impeached or not,
or if impeached or not. You see, I don't care. I didn't care. I didn't care if he got elected. I don't care. But actually, specifically to that impeachment, the reason that people got to the point of it's so necessary for him to get impeachment is because the lives of elected officials and millionaires and people that making decisions on our lives without consequence and getting lifetime pensions and getting every yearly or at least frequent pay raises when the national minimum wage hasn't been increased in who knows when.
25 years.
They got threatened. Their life got threatened. So now it's a big deal. But every president.
Go ahead.
Oh, so what is the symbol of democracy that got attacked? That's what we're going to pretend it is?
No, what I'm going to say is it was a smokescreen. The whole impeachment shit is a smokescreen. Take our eye off the ball. See, because think about this. I mean, even if you don't agree with, you're impeaching a motherfucker after his time in office is over. If you're serious about it, why not prosecute him and the other motherfuckers for real? Right? I mean, if you're really serious about it, rather than putting on a show. He's no longer in office. You talking about impeaching somebody that is not in office. This shit happened on January 6th. That's like, you know what that's like, Quasi? That's like you. That's like you quitting your job. You say, look, I'm giving y'all a 2-week notice. Right? And to make your 2 weeks, it's like you finally walk off the job, but they find out you did something 5 days earlier, and they say, look, Quace, you need to come back in the office so we can fire your ass. Hold on, I already quit. My time is up. What the fuck you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Not justified, but and then on top of that, they acquitted this motherfucker. Period. It was a smokescreen. It's a game.
It's ridiculous on every level. Like, I mean, if you think about it, and again, you know, I know some weirdo gonna try to sit up here and say I'm being a Trump supporter, but if you think about it from the presidents that have been alive in my life and the people that I care about, poor people, indigenous people, black people, people that's oppressed around the world, Trump probably caused the least harm of the presidents since I've been alive. You know what I'm saying? Obama killed Gaddafi, which people like to brag about for some reason. It opened a vacuum where actual chattel slavery is a thing again, like
Ain't
in
that some
public.
shit?
It's not even
But
a
you ain't allowed
secret.
to say that. You starting shit. There you go.
Okay, my
Goddamn
bad.
Trump.
Let's go back before that. Let's
Goddamn
talk about
Trump
George Bush.
supporter.
Let's talk about George Bush then. I'll get back when we're talking about Republicans. George Bush left Katrina happened, and then because there's a bunch of resorts and casinos where all of them black people used to live now, right? Okay. Or let's talk about, obviously, a million plus civilians getting killed in this Iraq war for something that we all know, did we admit it or not, was a false flag.
Right.
And then we could talk about Bush, or what's the one before him, Clinton. The crime bill, he was the one that really escalated the crime bill, started sending us to prison for crack, when now it's an opioid health epidemic. Same thing.
You know that.
Epidemic.
You know opioids ain't as serious as crack. Stop playing.
You know what I'm saying? But who knows? Let's see, because now it's starting to be more black males that's starting to be addicted and losing their life. So is they gonna keep with them dollars?
Nah, in a minute it's gonna be a serious crime issue real soon, brother. You know, I mean, but and I don't, because my issue is that piece I don't even argue with you. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole piece is what is being covered up. What are they trying to take our attention from? And I'm telling you, as black people, I'm always thinking, why y'all motherfuckers spending time on this and not discussing reparations? That's always where my mind go back. It always go back to that shit. Because you know what I'm saying? I'm not taking my eye off the ball. Everybody's eye is off the ball looking at what they want to do with Trump. You know what I'm saying? When we got this new president that is, you know, signing executive orders for everybody else, ain't shit coming out for us. My fault. They're going to give us Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill.
And which is the ultimate slap in the face, because Harriet Tubman was born a slave. That means she was money.
Damn, she was money, and now they putting her on money.
And Thomas Jefferson's still going to be on the back.
No, it's Andrew Jackson.
Oh, my bad. I got the wrong slave owner.
You got the wrong slave owner. Wrong slave owner, brother. Wrong slave owner. And motherfuckers will focus on the fact that you said the wrong slave owner and will cover up the whole issue of what you bringing up. See?
Oh yeah, Kwame gave us a word for that, obfuscation.
Obfuscation, right? There we go. You know what I'm saying? We learn something all the time. And what happens is now Trump's this whole impeachment piece was a big giant obfuscation, clouding up the issues, getting people ramped up and excited about shit. And then on top of that, the motherfuckers that are being rounded up, they all being slapped on the wrist, homie. It's being slapped on the wrist. This shit is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Playing games. All right, they got a new drug out for some of y'all out there. Game changer. Drug promotes weight loss like no medicine ever seen. All right, I'm just throwing that up there. Now, this is one of the things I want to talk about, and then we can end the show. So, Tone Talks had Ice Cube on his show. And I want to say this to all my peoples. Don't be ashamed of being black and putting black issues first. I had to cut this shit off. I had to cut it off. Because when Ice Cube started talking, he started talking about us and everybody else and how, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like, well, you know, some of us was over here before slavery, so, you know, I wanted to make sure the Native Americans are recognized. Listen, there is nothing wrong with us putting our issues ahead of everybody else, especially when we're talking about it. There's nothing wrong with it. So I had to turn the shit off and calm down a little bit because I'm listening to this shit and I'm like, damn, who in the fuck is talking to Cube right now? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sitting up here like, oh my God. Oh my God. We feel bad when it comes to us putting our issues first. Why is that? Why is that? So
Yeah, that's a multi-layer right there.
That's some multi-layer shit. Right? It's sad because we will put everybody else in front of us and everybody else will eat off the plate and leave us crumbs.
You would have been proud of me yesterday at the event. The last thing I said, like, you know, my closing words was I was, you know, the last thing I said community, then talked about spirituality, and then finished up talking about politics. And we had kind of talked long about the first two, so we only talked real briefly on the politics piece. But then I just, you know, gave Morgan a shout out and talked about how she is kind of the vision of what we want from our politicians, because she put her Black agenda out there up front before she was elected. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She came to the table with something for us in her package, and I talked about how, you know, that's who I represent. You know, I mean, I love all people, but at the end of the day, I stand for Black people, specifically poor Black people and hood and niggas in the hood. I didn't say niggas because that was the space. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know what I mean? Like, for people that's at the bottom of the bottom, that's who I want to elevate up. You know what I'm saying? And unapologetically, them is my people, and them is who I stand for.
And the proper term for that group is ADOS in most cases. That's one of the reasons.
And that's actually, you.
Go ahead.
That's a whole other. That right there is that's the issue. This one brother Malcolm. I met him on the campaign. Malcolm White. He rock with he do some different shows, you know, around the city. He an artist, and I think he with the African American Wellness Walk.
Mm-hmm.
And he had showed me something about this group that's forming, and it's something. I challenged him. Okay, you got to hear me out on this, Tim, because I don't know even. When we go into the courtroom, we can't go into the courtroom as Black people. We can call each other Black people, but the court can't call me Black, because in 20 years, actually already, they already kind of phasing Black out. Well, they actually be beyond Black. It was Black, and then it was African American, and now African American is being considered somewhat derogatory because it was nigger, then nigga, then whatever, then Black, then African American. Now it's people of color. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be another one. They're going to keep doing that. But we have to understand that they're saying that we're calling you nigger over and over and over in different ways. You know what I'm saying? So ADOS, sure, indigenous people, indigenous to, you know what I'm saying, the original lands. And like it gets real muddy.
No, it gets real muddy when you're relying on them to define it. This is why.
Exactly. I agree.
Right. So now, who made ADOS?
We did.
Okay. Now, and what does it describe?
People who suffered the great tragedy, the greatest injustice known to the history of this planet.
Right. So now, that one is not up for transformation. We have argued
that's something we can go to the courts with, for sure.
That's something that we could go to the courts with, and that's something that will protect us in the courts, because what happens is when you hold it open, like if you listen to the beginning of the interview, Ice Cube is saying that we are natives of here, blah blah blah. See, and let me be clear with you, Black folks. It's certain talk that's in-house talk, and there's certain talk that's out-house talk. Like, for example, all of us, like Kwesi said, there's family secrets. It's certain shit that you talk about with your family, and it's certain shit you talk about with everybody else. And sometimes some of the shit that we try to have conversations about and seem intelligent about in front of everybody is not good. Now I'm scared that when Ice Cube goes up into this place, he's going to bring motherfuckers who are wise in our community, supposedly, out into the world, and they're going to be saying shit that's going to make us look stupid and water down the case. See, because you can't get reparations claiming that you're a Native American because they have already paid Native Americans and they're supposed to be paying Native Americans. And also, if you look at the last bill that they just passed, they just gave $10 billion specifically to Native tribes. Now, for all those that want to claim more Native American and all, y'all got separate claims. Those of you that claim Native American, please go down to whatever office you need to go out, fill out your paperwork, and become a Native American. Those of you that are Moors, you need to find a consulate that you belong to and go and file your claims and do whatever the fuck you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Because we have to be specific about our claim, right? We have to be very specific. ADOS, descendants of slavery, those that were enslaved, however you want to look at it. Very specific, very clear, can be historically documented. Historically. Very easy Google search. You don't have to go through there is no denying slavery. There is no denial that somehow these people, we were over, either we got here, we were brought here. This is what they claim. So I'm suing you on your claims. Not on this mysterious shit that I've been able to find that nobody else know. I'm coming at your ass, I'm coming at your neck with my definition of my group, using your laws to chop off your motherfucking head so that you can show the world your hypocrites, even though you show it all the goddamn time, show enough of my people so we could decide on what the fuck we gonna do. I mean, because that's what scares me, because when Ice Cube started talking, I started hearing tones of shit that don't even need to be in the conversation. We were first here, some say his, some say that, and all of us didn't. Hold on, homie. Hold on. Now, because like I said, if you have an agenda for Black America, then and that's separate from reparations, then cool. Let's set up something for all blacks in America, because all of us suffer. But we need to have a separate reparation agenda, and I don't think he's going to be capable of even handling that. I really don't. Him or his crew. Because if he's because at the beginning of that interview, I was frustrated as fuck. Like, what is this nigga talking about? And why is he on this show? But anyway, that's just me. Let me see. Brother Kwame say, even brother Reverend Fred Prince recognized the need to speak to our reparations immediately. Fred Price, years ago. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna hold y'all up no more. Family, I'm about to get up. Quace, I want to thank you for joining me, taking this time out on this beautiful Imani day when you could have been outside playing basketball or canoeing or doing whatever you white boys do during this time.
Hey, it's too cold for some basketball. I might take the yak out.
Are you serious? I was just fucking around. Are you serious?
No, I'm not serious.
Oh, I was about to say, because out there on that water with no trees, man, it's probably 0 degrees out there. With that wind blowing on you. So, like I said, we just need to be clear and just we got a clean house. Because everybody shouldn't get to speak on certain shit. Just use your platform to blow other motherfuckers up to know what they're talking about. But anyway, this brother Hatim family, I want to thank y'all for your time. I love each and every last one of you that's taking the time, whether you come in live or whether you come in at a different time, whatever. I am out.
African women, but the most important goddesses were black. Not just for the African now, in the civilization of the Greek. The Greek was so profoundly affected by the Africans that the goddess of chastity was a black woman, Artemis. The goddess of wisdom was a black woman, Minerva. The goddess of beauty was a black woman, Diana. And many of their great mythological figures which were critical to the vision of history, the history of the Greeks in the Odyssey. The woman who draws, who has the power to draw Odysseus and all his crew into her, is Circe, who is represented as a black woman with African features on the Greek vases. The woman who helps Jason win the Golden Fleece is a black woman, Medea. The woman who marries Perseus, the Greek hero, is a
Peace, family. Yo, thank you for joining us. Right? And I'm thrilled to announce the fact that we are now releasing our first free e-course. Come and learn about Gianni's journey, see some of the stuff we do. Come and join the tribe. Tribe up with us and check out the free e-course. We'll make sure that the URL pop up right about here. And it'll probably be somewhere in here. Check us out, family, because we are building. Come and learn about Gianni's journey, and let's build together.
Habaragani, Bombskin & Co. is the true definition of self-care, self-love, and repeat. We are what we create in this life. Bombskin & Co. chooses to create something innovative and unforgettable. Check out our website for more information.
Spirit Over Flesh LLC is a wellness-based business where we heal through words. I'm Tiandra. I'm the founding servant leader. It is a Black-owned, woman-owned business that was founded in Ohio, but that can serve the world. Through virtual sessions, either by phone or video conference, we have a conversation. We always start with a 15-minute consult where we just make sure that I learn a little bit about you, you learn some about me, and then we schedule some time to be intentional about your wellness journey. During the time, it's about education and empowerment. You are your own best doctor from within. So I'm literally someone who is just intentional in the space and drawing questions out of you to get you further on your wellness journey. Sessions are typically starting at $80, but if you mention Kwanzaa 2020, we're gonna go ahead and take 20% off. It's about getting you well so that we can be well, right? Kujichagulia and Ujima, collective responsibility. so grateful for the opportunity to support you in your wellness journey. If you're interested, go to my website, spiritoverfleshllc.com. There's a button that says Let's Connect. Fill out the form, and I'll get right back to you. Again, that's spiritoverfleshllc.com. I look forward to supporting you in your wellness journey and healing through words.
Are you heading out of town or have a special occasion? What about birthdays, anniversaries, or reunions? Get the best deals and inexpensive rental car rates, midsize sedan, compact cars, and more. We have a variety of fleet vehicles to accommodate any and all of your rental car needs. Make a reservation today at your local budget rental car on Hamilton Road in Whitehall. Call 614-863-7500.
Happy Kwanzaa. I'm Carla, and my sister Karen and I own Two Natural Sisters. We've been in business for 5 years, and we sell a line of natural bath, body, and candle products. Let's take a look. Follow us on social media, Facebook and Instagram, at Two Natural Sisters. All items that are in stock will be shipped within 24 to 48 hours. As a promotional item, we offer a CD of Black romantic poetry of self-love and coupled love, and 50% discount on Sister Locks, Brother Locks by consultant Sapphire Donetta Mahadi. If you have any questions, you can reach us at customercare@twonaturalsisters.com. Enjoy and happy Kwanzaa.
What's going on? My name is Doe. I am the owner and creator of Madeline Gin. Madeline Gin is best described as a celebratory art experience that exudes hella blackness. Initially, the company was founded to provide a luxurious but affordable art experience, and it's since transformed itself into something a bit more spiritual. By walking in what I believe to be my truth, I've been able to get in contact with my ancestors and use my platform and my art, my gift, to tell their untold stories. I do that by using different textures, by utilizing different mediums, colors, and just making things pop out so that it's open for interpretation. I love creating, and I can't wait to be of service to you. Thank you.
I am a genius. My ancestors were geniuses. My ancestors have made me a genius in all that I think, say, and do. I must declare myself a genius. I am a genius. Whenever I am myself, I practice my geniusness and do great things. All my thoughts, choices, and deeds must express my geniusness.
I am a genius. My decisions must always be in the best interest of myself, my family, my people, and my God. Only then will I and everyone I know that I am a genius.
I am a genius. At all times, my geniusness must reflect my culture. My geniusness must serve my God. My geniusness must make me be one in love and harmony with my family. My geniusness must protect my people. Yes, at all times I must demonstrate excellence because I am a genius.
The Purpose Driven Society is a Black-owned, woman-owned business local to Columbus who creates accessories that have intentional messaging. Our specialty are buttons. Buttons can be worn anywhere, on a shirt, on a book bag, on a hat. The beautiful thing about buttons is that you can change them and switch it up depending on your mood or the day. For Election Day, we wore a very intentional button. On my book bag, my student's book bag, it says, "You are already intelligent, educate yourself." Buttons are empowering with the messages that we create. Again, we do them very intentionally. At the Purpose Driven Society, we're minding our Black-owned business and hope that you'll help mind ours too by doing business with us. Our buttons go for $3 for one, $5 for two, $7 for three. But if you mention Kwanzaa 2020, we're doing a special where you'll get an assortment of buttons for just $20, and we'll ship anywhere in the country. So again, that's the Purpose Driven Society. We can be reached at thepurposedrivensociety@outlook.com. Send us an email, and we will put together a very intentional bag of buttons for you and ship it straight to your home. Happy Kwanzaa. Thanks for doing business with us.